I accidentally discovered my dad isn't my biological father. It started on a chilly Saturday afternoon, late November. The sky was overcast and the air smelled faintly of wet leaves and wood smoke. I, Emilio's, curled up on the couch in my small one-bedroom apartment, wrapped in an oversized blanket. My fiancé Jake was in the next room, working on something, probably gaming or tinkering with his guitar. I had just opened my ancestry DNA test result, something he and I had laughed about, imagining we'd find out we were secretly half Viking, or had some exotic heritage. To us, it was fun, a little game. I didn't expect my world to shatter. I stared at the screen, heart pounding. The test results were color-coded, showing percentages of different ethnicities, family matches, etc. But instead of the usual familial matches, there was a blank square beside my dad's profile. No shared DNA. I scrolled down. 0%. I thought it was a glitch. I hit refresh. Nothing changed. My hands trembled as I looked across the room at the bookshelf. On the top shelf was a framed photo of my dad and me at my high school graduation, me, with a flowing black gown. Cap tilted back, big grin plastered on my face. Him smiling proudly, flanked behind me, hands on my shoulders. I felt haunted. I clicked the download raw data button and began comparing it to my cousins. Same, no match. I looked away from the screen and realized I'd been holding my breath. In my memory, Dad was the constanta, reassuring presence amid my mom's illness, which started when I was 12. He was the one who taught me to ride a bike, shielding me by running alongside me, his hand always ready to steady me. He took me to my first concert, always supporting my oddball musical hobbies. He coached my soccer team, even though he barely knew the rules. He whispered bedtime stories to me. He was my rock, my hero. None of that felt fake, yet wasn't it? I barely slept. When dawn came, I made coffee and stared at my laptop. Sleep-twitching muscles, eyes dry and heavy. Every few minutes I clicked the same screen again, as if it might change. I sent a message to my cousin Lily. Hey, did your DNA test come yet? I want to see if I can compare with you. She replied quickly. Yeah, just today. Want screenshots? Yes, please. 20 minutes later, I saw her result against my dad. Also 0%. My heart clamped shut. It couldn't be. That man who gave me emotional scars, who shaped my sense of self, wasn't blood-related to me. I closed my eyes. I paced my kitchen, pouring cold coffee as I thought. I needed answers. And I needed them fast. If not Dad, then who? My mom had passed 5 years earlier. The only living memory of her was flickering candles and wasted, waning breaths. When my mom's penniless illness had taken over, Dad never left my side. He said I had Mom's eyes and laugh. Now I questioned every memory. My Aunt Claire, Mom's sister, was my lifeline. I texted the only words I could. Can I come by? 20 minutes later, I was driving through the falling rain toward her apartment. Every drop felt like lead. She let me in wordlessly. No welcome hug. It's just a chair, a wet coat, and my own ragged breath echoing upstairs. I put Lily's screenshot on the kitchen table. She looked at it and began to cry. Amelia, she said. I'm so sorry. My voice trembled. Tell me everything. She swallowed. It was 28 years ago. Mom, her health issues, the stress. She met someone. Was Dad aware? Tears welled. No, she was young. She fell in love. He was a friend, not Dad. They thought it would end before. Her words trailed off. The silence screamed. You mean, she had an affair? Claire nodded. She did. They agreed to keep it hidden. She married your dad before you were born. He loved her. And you with everything he had. I rose sharply. He never knew? She nodded again. He didn't. She and I buried every letter, deleted every trace. You were born 8 months later, and he took you in with his whole heart. It felt like my heart had shattered into a million pieces. I looked at Aunt Claire and saw my own reflection, her eyes pooled in sorrow. For days, I hovered between worlds. One foot in the life I knew, the other in a reality that felt alien. I kept replaying memories. Me and Dad dancing in the living room. Him teaching me how to drive. My first heartbreak. Him consoling me. None of it changed. Everything had changed. I needed to know who I had come from. I started searching. I scoured love letters box and Mom's old belongings. I checked hospital birth records, donor files, anything. But there was nothing. Mom had cleaned everything. The man. He'd disappeared. No family records. No social media presence. Even Aunt Claire didn't know much. They'd only been involved for a short summer, and then he left. One evening I stood beneath my bedroom light, phone trembling in my hand. I scrolled through a genealogy site. There was a distant match. E.M. Thompson, age 52. Just initials. That was it. He could be anyone. But every morning I woke up thinking of him, imagining him. I needed to know. I looked at my phone with Dad's name on it. The number, should I call him? Tell him? I didn't want to hurt him. He loved me deeply, had believed me to be his daughter since the moment he held me. To reveal this would break his heart, or so I feared. They keeping it secret felt like hating him. It ended up being 2 weeks after I discovered the truth. One gray evening, I stepped into a quiet local cafe and sat across from him. The steam circled our coffee cups. I told him. My voice was a raw, ragged mess. He listened, pale, wide-eyed. I kept talking, tears threatening. Every word hurt me, and then he spoke. He chuckled bizarrely. Then he cleared his throat. You've always been my daughter, Amelia, he said. His voice trembled. Your bones, your heart, your stories, those aren't mine by blood, but they are mine. I held you when your mom passed. I wrapped you in blankets when you had the flu. I told stories to you before bed. I woke every morning to watch you sleep, knowing I was blessed. He paused. I don't care about blood. I care about everything else. You are me. You and I am you. That doesn't end. I burst into sobs. Pulled me close, and all the missing years of my life flooded back as proof. The love, the moments, the connection. It had been real all along, In the days that followed, I realized identity isn't something given at birth. It's gathered. Layered, I remained Dad's daughter. I also became an explorer searching for my biological father. I was hoping to meet him, hoping for answers, not replacement. I hired a genealogist. I sent more DNA kits to distant relatives. I pieced together small shards. A grandmother, a great uncle who looked like me. Still no definite father, but I kept going. Okay, each piece of the puzzle was a whisper of belonging. Today, 5 months later, my life looks similar from the outside. I still live in my apartment. I still have photos of Dad and me on my shelf. Jake still holds my hand the same way. But inside, everything has shifted. I've accepted 2 truths. 1, I was born from a secret I didn't deserve. But my mother and aunt protected me or tried to. 2, father isn't always biology. Dad proved it. He showed me the meaning of choice, of love,